All right, we are up to chapter 17. Today, I'm just going to read chapter 17. It's a bit of a longer one. And in class, we've been doing just one chapter at a time for the last week because there's been a lot going on in our story, right? All right, let's get back to it. So this is chapter 17 from Out of My Mind. Every day, I stayed after school to study with the quiz team. I got most of the questions right, but it was hard for me to try to use my talker to talk to the other kids. They talked too fast, and I couldn't type what I wanted to say fast enough. One day when we were studying, Rose's mom brought a pizza. Everyone ran up to get some pizza. I was very hungry, but I just sat there. The girl next to me asked if I wanted some pizza, but I said no. I wanted some, but I had to have someone to feed it to me, and Mom, Catherine, or Mrs. V weren't there. I felt sad that I couldn't feed myself like everyone else. I was so excited when the day of the quiz team competition came. After school, Mom took me to the TV studio for the competition. Did you see that coming? This quiz competition's on TV. We got inside and there were cameras everywhere. Melody is excited about the quiz team competition. I would be too. There was a place in front of the cameras for the quiz teams to sit. I would get to be on TV. There was an answer board where I would touch a letter to answer the questions. Our team would compete against another school team. A man named Mr. Kingsley was going to give us our questions. Before we started, Mr. Kingsley said, I want to introduce a very special person in the competition. Her name is Melody Brooks. All of the cameras pointed at me. It made me nervous. Mr. Kingsley started the competition. He gave questions for the teams to answer. Melody is excited about the quiz team competition. Some of the questions were hard, but I knew most of the answers. When the competition was over, they counted how many questions each team got right. Our team won! Mr. Dimming told us that if we did better than the two other teams, we would get to go to the competition in Washington, D.C. After the other teams had their turn, we found out that our team would get to go to Washington, D.C. I was so excited because we would get to stay in a hotel and see the city. When Mr. Kingsley came to talk to our team, I was so excited that I kicked my legs and moved my arms and screamed. Melody is excited about the quiz team competition. I wanted to stop. I was so excited I couldn't. Shut her up, Claire whispered to Rose. People with cameras were taking a lot of pictures. Most of them wanted pictures of me. A reporter from the news on TV had us tell our names and ages. I used my talker to tell her, my name is Melody Brooks. I am 11 years old. The reporter asked me if I was excited to go to Washington, D.C., and I used my talker to say, oh, yes. She asked, how will being on the winning team change your life at school? On my talker, I said, maybe kids will talk to me more. Then Claire said, I talk to her all the time. Rose and Connor looked at her and said, huh? The reporter said, so, you're Melody's friend? Claire smiled and said, yes. We eat lunch together every day and study for the quiz team. She's smarter than she looks. Does Claire eat lunch with Melody? I don't think so. The reporter said, it was nice to meet two best friends. Have fun in Washington, D.C. I was surprised. Claire wasn't my best friend. She was always mean to me. She just wanted to look nice on TV. After we left the TV studio, Mr. Dimming said we should go to a restaurant for dinner. When we got to the restaurant, there were steps in front of the door, and Mom had to lift my wheelchair up the steps. Mom had to feed me at dinner, and I tried to eat slowly and not make a mess. After dinner, Claire stood up and said, I feel sick. Then she threw up on Mr. Dimming's shoes. I wonder if Claire felt as bad about throwing up as I felt when everyone was watching my mom feed me. Okay, that is the end of chapter 17. Exciting stuff for Melody, right? Her team won the competition and they're going to go to Washington, D.C. Right, check back next time to see what happens. And remember, as always, in the description under this video is um, 4 comprehension questions that you can do with somebody at home.